Hi everyone, welcome to Thursday afternoon Slow Flow Yoga. My name is Lelia. I'm so glad and grateful that you are joining in on this live yoga session today. So find your way into a comfortable space. If you're at your home and you have a mat, get one. If you don't, you could be on the floor. It's fine. Just some space around you. I've got a water bottle as well. So just find yourself into your comfortable seated position, drawing your heels in close to the body. Let your arms come to rest on your knees. Turn your palms face up towards the sky. So this orients your shoulder joint back a little bit. It brings a little broadness across the collarbones. It also just indicates a receptivity. Your open palm, open heart, open mind. Go ahead and let your eyes fall gently closed. Maybe tuck the chin slightly towards the chest. Feel the length that you're creating in the spine. And start to bring your attention to your breath, allowing the breath to be brought in and out through your nose. Not making any changes to the breath, just sitting present with that energy. Trusting that where you are is right where you're meant to be in this moment. Start to bring your attention into your heart and into that space surrounding your heart. And as you breathe, as you inhale, maybe you feel that physical response of the chest cavity expanding and contracting. It grows larger with the inhale breath. It draws back in with the exhale. And as you allow for that expansion, as the heart allows for that expansion, maybe you can allow a sense of gratitude to come into the heart. Gratitude for this moment to practice together. Gratitude for this day and all that it's brought with it. Let's send our attention down into your belly. You inhale, the belly inflates. As you exhale, it draws back in towards the spine. Allowing that sense of gratitude to permeate all throughout the body, of easing any resistance, any tension. Give yourself permission. So we brought our attention out of the mind, out of that realm of thoughts, and into the body. And I want you to continue as you move through your practice today to keep returning to what's happening in your body. It's like you're drawing that energy, that divine energy in from that breath, that prana, and moving it. So with each asana, each posture you create, you're allowing that divine spark to just forge through. Let's open the eyes and inhale. Reach the arms up and over your head. As you exhale, we're going to twist towards your left side. Lengthen through the spine. I've got my right arm crossing in front of this knee. I'm pressing my left hand into the mat behind me, and I'm looking around as far over the left shoulder as you can. Soften your right shoulder. Drop it away from your ear. Unwind. Inhale. Reach up over your head. Exhale, twisting towards your right side. Lengthen. Belly's drawn in towards the spine. Looking over the right shoulder. Soften the left shoulder away from the ear. Inhale, reach back up tall. Let's go one more time, each side. Exhale. This is your second time around, so maybe you feel like you can find a new little place on the wall to look for. Soften shoulders. Now, keep your twist. Keep the rotation moving to your left, but I want you to look over your opposite shoulder. Look over your right shoulder. Feel that stretch. Get really long down this left side of the neck. And unwind. Inhale, reach towards the sky. Exhale, twisting towards your right side. Looking over your right shoulder. Belly's pulled in towards the spine. Keep the twist towards your right, and then look over your left shoulder. Feel that length down the right side of the neck. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Inhale, unwind, arms up over your head. The left hand reaches down beside you. Reach up tall, and as you reach towards your left side, reach away from you with the right knee. Try not to let this arm shadow in front of the face. You want to keep it nice and right out there by your ear. Inhale, rise, exhale, left arm rises and reach. And as you're reaching towards your right side, your left knee is trying to elongate away from you this way. Inhale, rise back up. Walk your hands back behind you. I'm sitting a little catty corner on my mat, but I want you to feel like your thumbs are out towards the edges of your mat behind you. Roll your shoulder blades down your back. Lift the heart towards the sky. Maybe you've even taken your iPad or iPhone outside on this gorgeous day and you're practicing under that gorgeous blue sky. Turn your face towards the sky. And go ahead and come on back up. Good. I want you to take your feet and cross them in the other pattern so that that opposite foot comes a little bit closer towards you. Inhale, reach back up, and as you exhale, we're twisting towards your right side. Lengthen as you twist. Look over the left shoulder. Unwind. Inhale, reach, exhale to your left. Lengthen. Look around over that left shoulder, and then take your gaze over the opposite shoulder. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, the hands come down to heart center. And I want you to untuck those feet. We're just going to extend the legs out along your mat. Feet are flexed. Inhale, reach the arms up over your head. As you exhale, the left hand comes down beside you. And reach over towards the left side. I'll stay facing the camera for a second. Reach over towards your left side. How's your right hip? Can you glue it? Glue that right hip down to the ground. Feel the length down the right side body. Inhale to rise. Exhale, root your right hand down and reach through the left. Draw that left hip down towards the floor. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Inhale, come on up. Bend your knees, separate your feet a little bit. Take your hands back behind you. Your thumbs are going to be off towards the edges of your mat. Root those feet into the floor. Plant your palms into the mat. Inhale, press into the floor. Lift through the hips. Your neck is neutral here, so you're looking straight up at the sky above you. Knees are tracked right over the ankles. Inhale, and as you exhale, lower the hips down just to barely tap them down to the ground before inhaling, rise back up. Squeeze the glutes. Elongate your tailbone towards the knees. Exhale, lower. We're going to 4. Inhale, rise. Belly's pulled in. Spine is long. Exhale, lower. Inhale, last one here. Rise up. Can you roll your shoulder blades down your back? Pull the belly in towards the spine. And slowly lower the hips down to the floor. That's one version of an upward facing bridge. I want to show you one more. I want you to take your feet out long, point your toes. Can you keep the bones of your big toes together? Now let's take the hands back. We're going to turn our fingers facing towards our feet this time, towards the heels. Plant the hands down. Start to look up towards the sky. Lift the heart up towards the sky. Lift the hips up towards the sky. Breathe here. A lot of strength in your arms and your legs and your glutes. Pull the belly in. Lift the hips high. And slowly lower the hips down. Good. Roll out the wrist. Big circles with the wrist. Flex the feet. Shift around a little bit through your hips so that you're able to sit up nice and tall. Elongated. Inhale. And as you exhale, fold over your legs. Maybe your hands grab hold around the feet. Maybe they're just down here by your ankles. And reach with the crown of the head out towards those toes. Let's start gentle. In every yoga practice, you're going to be moving your spine in lots of different directions. So this is the first time for our deep forward fold. There will be more. So take it nice and easy. And inhale, go ahead and come on back up. We're going to roll back onto the mat. Well, first we're going to start something else here, actually. Two feet are separated. Your knees are tracking right behind the ankles, meaning they're not splayed out. They're not falling out. They're right behind the ankles. You're sitting up nice and tall. Use your hands to help to hold on to the shins here. And then I want you to release your hands without letting any collapsing happen in your back. Your shoulders are back and down. Your shoulder blades are being drawn down towards that space behind the heart. Your belly's pulled in. There's no collapsing in the spine here. You're nice and strong and tall. Can we take the arms up even higher, up over the head? Your feet are rooted. The ball of the big toe is rooted towards the floor. It's not coming up off the ground. Exhale, hands come halfway back down. One more time. Inhale, reach. Pull the belly in. Spine is long. Sit up even taller. Exhale. We're not used to keeping our back that strong. We've been sitting like this in the sofa, so that takes a lot of strength. Take your hands around your knees, and let's go ahead and hug around your knees and round forward. Let the chin drop into the chest. Breathe here. Deep inhale, deep exhale. All right. Go ahead and sit up nice and tall. Reach your hands out long, and this time let's bring the hands to prayer at heart center. And I want you to tuck your tailbone, pull your belly in towards the spine, lean back just a little bit, just a few inches, and dip this right elbow down towards the mat. Inhale back towards your midline. Left elbow dips down towards the mat. Inhale back to the midline. Sit on up. Reach the arms up, out in front of you, and then up over your head. We're going one more time with this. Exhale, hands down. Bring your hands to heart center. Roll back just a little bit, just a couple inches, not too far. Left elbow dips. Inhale, midline. Exhale, right elbow dips. Inhale, midline. Reach the arms out to pull yourself back up. Lift the arms up over your head, and this time you're going down. So your hands come down halfway, your shoulders are back and down. We're rolling through our spine. Our belly is pulled in towards the spine, and you're lowering down. I'm lowering right down on my microphone. Oh, no. Lowering down. I know we all get tired with my microphone antics. All the way. Pull the belly in towards the spine. Lowering down as slowly as you can manage. Arms up over your head. Toes reaching out long, big, glorious, big stretch of the day. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Exhale, your hands come down beside you. Pull your knees in towards the chest. Use your hands around the shins and hug your knees in towards you. Inhale away. As you exhale, hug them in towards you. So let your tailbone rock up away from the mat, so you feel a little roundness in the spine here. Good. Release the hands just down to the mat. Knees together if possible. This is starting to be a little bit of a core strengthener in here. Your knees are currently stacked over your hips, but I want you to pull your knees in towards you, and you're going to draw a circle with the legs. And let the knees rock away from you, the feet stretch away from you just a little bit. And you're just drawing a circle with the legs here. Pull the belly in towards the spine. It gets a little bit more of a strengthening move as those feet move away from you. And then pull the knees in towards you. We're doing 4 to 1 direction. The knees might tend to want to separate a little bit. That's okay if that feels a little better on the spine. But if you can, I want you to pull your knees in. You're going to feel that in that core. The knees stop it once you're back up towards your chest. Let's take it the other direction. For 1. Knees together. Pull the belly in towards the spine. How's your lower back? You want it to be pressed into the floor at all times. For 3. Nice, big, slow rotations. You're moving with the breath, still coming in and out through the nose. For 4. Use your hands around those shins to hug the knees in towards you. Good. Let's go ahead and take the right leg down to the ground. Already starting to stretch out through the front of that hip flexor. That can kind of get tightened on that last core exercise we did earlier. Take your left hands around the left knee and hug this leg in towards you. Let's open that left knee out wide to the left side. Your right hand's going to anchor this right hip down. And then inhale the knee across. It's going to come across the body. over towards your right side. Open the left arm out towards the left. Look over towards that left hand. Feel that gentle stretch in the spine. Inhale, come on back in towards the midline. Left leg goes down to the floor. Right knee comes up towards the chest. Interlace the fingers around the shin. Inhale, and as you exhale, hug the knee in towards your chest. You're using some strength through the arms to pull that knee in, but could you soften this area across the chest and neck and try to release any tension there? Open the knee out wide to your right side. Opening, you're using that right hand to kind of draw the knee down. Your left hand's placed on the left hip. Breathing in spaciousness. Let that right leg come back up. You're using your opposite hand to guide it across. I'm determined to knock over the water bottle. And let that left leg come across the body. Open the right arm out towards the right. Drop the chin over that right shoulder. And just gently, you're going to be your own best teacher through this of how far that knee likes to go. I don't want you torquing the spine, but just really feeling like you're breathing in some spaciousness in between each vertebra as you twist. This is a really healing posture. Come on back to midline. And I want you to take both feet and you're going to bend your knees deeply. Your heels are in as close as you can towards your body. Your knees are tracked right over the ankles. They're not splaying out again. Your arms are just resting down beside you. This is a great release for our neck. And I'm kind of focusing on our neck today because we tend to hold a lot of tension in our neck and our head and our shoulders. And so I want this practice to try to draw out any of that tension remaining. All right, so we're down. We're preparing for a bridge pose. We're going to lift the hips up away from the floor. You're peeling the vertebra one at a time up off the floor, pressing into the heels. Think about lengthening the spine here, lengthening the tailbone towards those knees. You're not arching, you're extending. And then slowly lower one vertebra at a time down towards the floor. Try to tuck the tailbone, press the lower spine into the mat. One more time like this. Inhale, peel the vertebra one at a time off. Belly's pulled in, squeeze, lengthen the tailbone out towards those knees and slowly lower down. All right, this time, you're gonna, as you lift the hips, you're gonna take your right arm up and over your head. Try to land it right up over the shoulder. It's not touching the ear, it's not in close to the head, it's just right over the shoulder. If that puts any sort of impingement on the shoulder, okay, I want you to lower your hips down. The arm stays up, the hips come down, the arm is still up over the head. What I was about to say is that if you feel any too much in that back shoulder, you might opt to get a towel and place it back here so that the shoulder and the upper arm has a little gentle landing pad, or maybe your elbow has a little bend to it. All right, now, with the right arm is up, left arm is down, I want you to turn your head and look over your left shoulder. You're trying to turn your head as far as you can over the shoulder. Feeling some length down the side of the neck, down that right side. And then inhale, bring the head back up to neutral. Lift the hips back up into that bridge. Inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to lower the hand and the hips all down simultaneously. Other side. Inhale, left arm up, hips rise. Left arm goes right up to the floor, down by the shoulder, and as you exhale, you keep the arm right there and lower the hips down to the floor. So this creates a nice big extension through the shoulder joint. And turn and look over your right shoulder, trying to drop that right ear towards the floor. Deep inhale, deep exhale. And then bring your head and gaze back to neutral. Lift the hips, pressing into the feet. Inhale, exhale, slowly lower everything back down to the floor. Nice, you all. All right, let's cross the feet at the ankles, and we're going to rock and roll on up if that feels okay on your spine. Otherwise, you're going to roll to the side and help yourself on up. Come on forward onto hands and knees. If those knees are at all sensitive, then maybe you'd rather have a little towel underneath your knees, all right? Hands are shoulder width apart, knees are about hip width apart. Spine is nice and long. Maybe I ought to be right square for this one. All right, belly's pulled in towards the spine. Inhale, and as you exhale, round through your spine. Pull the belly in towards the spine. Tuck the tailbone under. As you inhale, relax the belly. Extend the crown of the head. Lift through the tailbone. Look out a couple of inches in front of you. Exhale as you round. Press into the floor. Tuck the tailbone. Pull the belly in. Look into that belly button. Inhale as you arch the back. Belly is soft. Exhale as you round. Really pull that belly in towards the spine. Intentionally inhale to open. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Lift the tailbone. Return to neutral spine, and let's take the hips and sit back. Over your heels. Reach your fingertips out long in front of you. Really reach those fingertips out towards the top of your mat. Hips are pulling back over the heels. Elbows are straight. Lengthen. Breathe. Inhale. And as you exhale, widen those elbows out. Let the forearms collapse down to the floor. The hips are sitting heavy in the heels. And let's tuck the toes and lift the hips, coming into downward facing dog. And just walk this out a little bit. Just kind of pedal the feet left and right. And then slowly start to walk your feet up towards the top of the mat. Little baby steps carry you towards the top of the mat. Bend your knees a little bit so you can see how when you bend your knees, your belly is now just compressed against the thighs. There's no gap here. And I'm going to hang on to my elbows. Hang on to your elbows. Let the head hang. So you're looking through your legs. The head's just hanging. And maybe we could sway a little side to side. Find your breath. Deep inhale, deep exhale. And here's your chance. Have you been holding on to any tensions, any doubts, any anxiety? We've got a lot of stuff going on in the news that if we spend too much time there in our head, we can really create a lot of tension in our body. So this is your chance. Give it up. Let it go. Find your breath. Find your spaciousness inside. For your own space, for your own creativity. Let's drop the hands down to the floor and literally flick them off like you're just releasing any of that stuff that's going on in our head in these times. Just flick it on off. And we're going to go ahead and round on up. And I literally want you to kind of like flick your fingers off strongly. Flick, flick, flick. Like you've got water or something. You're just shaking it all off. All the way up. Flick, flick, flick. All the way up to stand to rise. And exhale. Hands come down to heart center. All right. Let's take it up towards the top of your mat. Toes and heels are parallel. Spine is long. Root your feet down through the floor. Standing towards the top of the mat. This is Samastiti, your standing, resting posture. Inhale. Nice and easy. Reach the arms up over your head. Exhale as you fold. Soften the knees. Spine is long as you fold down towards the floor. Inhale. Lift the eyes. Lengthen through the spine. Really reach with the crown of the head. Maybe your hands capture your shins right here. Exhale, fold it down. Deep forward fold. Start to walk your feet towards the back of the mat. You take a few steps to get your feet towards the back of the mat. Can your shoulders stay right in line over the wrist? Your tailbone's reaching back towards the heels. Belly's pulled in. Keep this same plank position as you lower the knees to the floor. So notice how you're trying not to bend at the hips, not to try to break the line. You're keeping your hips forward. You've got a straight line there. And let's tuck the elbows in and start to lower down. Shoulders don't go any deeper than your elbows before you are opening into Bhujangasana Cobra. Drop your shoulders out of the ears. Lift through the heart. Exhale to lower. Tuck the, sit. Let's go back into child's pose. Hips over heels. Reach it back. And right here, we're going to walk our hands in for a second so that you're sitting on your heels. You're just kneeling on your heels, all right? If that's too much, you might have a rolled towel back behind you, and so that you have a little bit of height to come to, if that might feel better, especially if it's awkward on your knees, okay? Sitting down on your shins, inhale, arms up and over the head. Exhale, left hand down beside you. Reach the right arm over. Feel that long extension down the right side body. Inhale to rise. Exhale, Right arm down, left arm up over the head and reach. Inhale, back to center. Widen your knees out just a touch so that they come into more of a triangle position. Take your hands back nice and wide. They're coming back towards the edges of the mat. Start to roll your shoulder blades down. Your hips are still grounded on your heels. Roll the shoulder blades back. Lift the heart towards the sky. Open through the chest. Can the head drop back? Very gently release the head and neck back up. Start to walk your hands back forward, out towards the top of the mat. We're going to bring our knees back in so that they're parallel to each other. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, coming into downward facing dog. Lengthen through the spine here. Reach with the heels towards the floor. Lengthen through the spine. The heels are probably not going to touch the floor. For most people, this microphone does havoc with my top. All right. Back in business, I hope. All right. So for most people, for your heels to be on the floor, it means the shape of this would be really tight and close. And I'd rather not be there. I'd rather your feet be out a little bit further away from you. You've got a nice long right angle in the body. All right, let's look forward and walk the feet back up towards the top of your mat. Inhale, part way up. And exhale to fold. Inhale to rise, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's inhale together, arms up and over the head as exhale, fold all the way to the floor. Inhale, lift the eyes, lift the heart. Exhale, deeper fold. Step the left leg to the back, followed by the right. If that's too tough, you could walk your feet back at little baby steps to the back of your mat. Let's take the knees down. Tuck the elbows in, lower down towards the floor. Inhale to open, cobra. Exhale to lower, tuck the toes, lift the hips into downward facing dog. Breathe here. From here, you're going to rock forward into your high plank. Pull the belly in towards the spine and rock it back. Rock forward into plank, pull the belly in and rock it back. Good. Last one here. Rock forward, pull the belly in towards the spine. You are strong, you are resilient, you can handle anything. Rock it back. Let's lift the left leg up high behind you. Reach with those toes. We're bending the knee and stepping that foot forward towards that left hand, just inside that left hand. Pivot the right heel down into the floor, and I want you to press the pinky toe edge of that right foot into the floor, and you've got a lot of weight coming through this left heel as you rise. Inhale, root to rise. Reach it up. Arms up over the head. Drop the shoulders out of the ears, really strong through that back leg, bending the front knee. Open to the side, try to keep that knee right in line over the foot and open into your warrior two. Soften the shoulders, arms are out horizontal. As if you were doing this in a swimming pool, those arms would just be gently resting on the surface of that water. Left elbow comes down to the thigh, right arm reaches up and over into an extended side angle. Oh, excuse me, I'm going to face the camera with that long line down the right side body. Your gaze is up towards the sky. You're drawing that right shoulder down. Inhale, rise up. Left palm faces up and tilt to the back, reverse warrior. Come back to warrior two. All right here. You're going to wrap this left arm in front of the body. I'm not hugging the body. I'm just wrapping it in front. Reaching the right arm over, I'm going to hover. This left shoulder hovers over that left knee. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Again, wrap and reach. Inhale, back to warrior two. Turn your left palm to face up. Take hold of that left wrist with your right hand as you reverse your warrior. You're feeling this long stretch down the left side body. Return to warrior two. Take your hands down to the floor. Pivot around on that back foot. Energize your back knee. Keep it nice and long. And inhale, reach the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, left hand down. Step that left leg to the back. Right here, could we turn our toes to the left side and open the left arm towards the sky into your side plank. Exhale, left arm down, knees down, chin and chest towards the floor. Inhale to open into Bhujangasana Cobra. Exhale, fold. Come into child's pose here. Breathe here. Let the head just float down towards the floor. Maybe soften through the elbows. Maybe you even walk your hands back behind you here so that your knuckles are on the floor. Your shoulders are draping forward. Find your breath. Deep inhale, deep exhale. And then walk your hands back out in front. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. We're taking it to the other side. So our right leg lifts up behind you. Step it forward inside the right hand. The left heel turns down. It anchors down on the mat. The heel is back a little further than the toes. Inhale as you rise up. Reach up into your warrior one. Turn to the side. Open into your warrior two. Virabhadrasana 2. You're looking out over your front hand. Your hands are at 180 degrees. They're parallel to the floor. You're trying to open, squeeze this right side of the glute to try to open that knee out over the right foot. Right elbow's down. It's really your forearm is down, resting on this thigh. Left arm. If this is tender for you to take your arm up and over your head, then maybe bend the elbow and then extend it up over the head. Open through the left side body. Try to turn your gaze up under that arm. The left pinky fingers are tilted down. Inhale, rise up, turn the right palm face up, and reverse this warrior to the back. Return to warrior two. I'm going to turn around and face y'all. All right. Bend that right knee. We're wrapping the right arm in front of the body. The left arm reaches up and over, and we're hovering this right shoulder above the leg. So a lot of strength through the legs. Inhale, rise up. One more time, wrap it and reach and extend. It's a floating side angle. Inhale, back to warrior two. Turn that right palm face up. Take hold of that left wrist so that now as you reverse your warrior, you've got this nice gentle assist going on. Maybe your right knee could even bend into it a little deeper. Return to warrior two. Windmill your hands down to the floor, pivoting on that back foot. So now you're on the ball of the foot. That back leg is nice and straight and strong. Energize. The right arm reaches as you revolve. Reach towards the sky. Look towards the sky. Exhale, right arm down. The right foot steps to the back, and we're going to turn our toes to the right so you're balancing on this left arm into your left side plank. Breathe here. Exhale that right arm back to the floor. Let's go ahead and lower the knees to the mat and find a child's pose. Maybe you want to walk the hands back behind your feet, relaxing the shoulders down towards the floor, getting very soft here. Deep inhale, deep exhale. And then walk your hands back forward. Let's tuck the toes, lift the hips, coming into downward facing dog. Breathe here. Look forward, step forward. You could either go lots of baby steps or go left and right. Inhale, part way up. Exhale to fold. Soften your knees a bit here. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the eyes, lift the heart. Exhale, deeper fold. The right leg steps to the back, followed by the left into high plank. Long through the body, strong. Pull the belly towards the spine. You might opt on this one to not lower the knees down. Maybe you're keeping the legs straight here, lowering through chaturanga, which brings you into upward facing dog. Urdhva. Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips into downward facing dog. All right, we've done this before with our straight legs. This time we're going to do it with a little bent leg. I want you to bend your knees so that you're hovering those shins a little bit above the ground. Straighten the legs, rock forward into your high plank. Lower the body all the way down to the ground, belly to the mat. Take your arms out, bend your elbows, and lift everything away from the floor at one time. Lifting the arms, lifting the legs. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Strengthening through the back body. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips. Back into your bent leg. You're pushing back. The knees are hovering. The shins are hovering. Inhale, come back to your high plank. Lower the body down to the ground. Take your hands back behind you. You're reaching your fingertips towards the heels. Keep your feet on the floor this time. Inhale, lift the heart. Tops the feet glued to the mat. Exhale to lower. 2 more. You've got it. Inhale, lift. Drop the shoulders out of the ears. Exhale to lower. Inhale. Last one here. Lift. Belly's pulled in. Squeeze the glutes. Tops the feet to the mat. Exhale to lower. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Let's come back into child's pose. It feels good after those back strengtheners. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Tuck the toes, lift the hips all the way into your downward facing dog. Breathe here. It starts to feel like a resting pose, like you're returning home through your down dog. All right, let's lift the left leg up high behind you. Step it forward inside the left hand. Stay up on the ball of the back foot. Don't pivot it down this time. Bend your left knee even deeper. Press through that left heel. Get active down into that left heel so you feel that activity all the way through the leg as you rise up into a crescent lunge. Exhale. Your hands come down to prayer at heart center. You bend a little deeper. Inhale, rise just a little bit. Exhale a little deeper. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Now, can we pull this right elbow across that left knee, pressing into that outer part of the knee, opening through the chest. Maybe your gaze heads up over your left shoulder. Back leg is strong. Squeeze through that right glute for stability. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, hands to the floor. Take the right knee down to the mat. Turn that back foot under. And we're going to go all the way back with this. We're going to sit the hips all the way back against that right heel. Flex your front toe. Inhale, long through the spine. And exhale, fold. Use your hands beside you for support here. Take this slowly, gently, folding over. Deep stretch for that hamstring and Achilles. Find your breath. And then walk yourself back forward, nice and easy. Lift up off that back knee. Push off the back foot to step up towards the top of the mat. Inhale, part way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise. Reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Other side, you've got it. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lift the eyes, lift the heart. Exhale, deeper fold. The right leg steps back, followed by the left into high plank. As you exhale, your option, either the knees are to the floor or you've got straight legs. Inhale, you're opening. Maybe your legs are on the ground and you're in an cobra, or maybe your legs are off and you're in up dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. We're bending the knees, you're hovering. Come forward into your high plank. Lower the belly down to the ground. Take the arms out. You've got a 90-degree bend in the arms. Inhale, lift. Chest and legs lift off the ground. Exhale to lower. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. Last one here. Inhale. Hands under the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Come back into your deep bended down dog. Your knees are bending. Your shins are hovering above the ground. Inhale, back to your high plank. Lower down, belly to the mat, hands come back. Tops the feet on the mat. Inhale, lift, strengthening through the upper back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Last one here, inhale. And exhale, hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Back into your downward facing dog. Breathe here, find that breath, find that strength. Right leg to the sky, step it forward inside the right hand. Stay up on the ball of your back foot. This is going to challenge your balance. You're going to bend that right knee even deeper. Can the back leg stay straight? Rising up, finding that inner strength. We've all had to fight through a lot of resiliency. Bend that knee, hands to heart. Inhale, rise. These are tough weeks. It's a lot to be asked to isolate from our friends and family. Find that strength, find that resiliency. You've got it. Exhale, hands to heart. This time the left elbow crosses in front of the right thigh. Your back leg stays straight. You're pushing against that thigh and you're looking around over the left shoulder. Breathe here. Inhale, unwind. Arms up towards the sky. Exhale, hands down. Back knee floats down to the ground. And you're just gently walking back. You pull those toes up away from the mat so that your foot is flexed. Inhale, long spine. Easy for me to say. Exhale, fold. Breathe. And then walk your way back forward towards the top of the mat. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and stay down now that we're down. I want you to just walk this right foot a little bit over towards the left edge of your mat. And if you can, we're going to slide this left knee up here on the pinky toe edge of this right foot. So this is what it's going to look like, is here. If that didn't feel right, you're just going to find your way with your feet out towards the front and cross your right leg over the bent left knee. This can be a challenge for a lot of our hips and knees. And so if that feels like it's going to tip you sideways, I'd rather you release that left leg out in front and cross the right leg over the knee, okay? Now, is your right big toe, is the ball of your right big toe touching the floor? That's what you want. Right hand is back. And let's just grab a hold. Let's just take this elbow and hug around this right knee. Sitting up tall, looking over your right shoulder. Spine is long. Trying to glue your right glute down to the floor. And then come around to the inside. Keep your legs right where they are. Drop your right arm down on the inside. Sit up tall. And this is a really nice stretch for that outer part of the left hip. And unwind, we're coming into the other side. So you're going to bend your right knee underneath, or maybe you've chosen to extend that right leg straight out. Either way, your left foot crosses over, your left big toe is down on the floor. All right, hug around this left knee. Sit up tall through the spine. Anchor your left hip down to the floor as you look around over that left shoulder. Breathe here. And unwind, let's twist towards the inside. Sit up tall, looking over the right shoulder. And unwind, extend the legs out in front of you. Here's another forward fold, feet are flexed. Sit up tall, elongate through the spine, inhale, and as you exhale, you've done a lot of forward folds, so maybe now you're warmed up a little further and you can just draw your chest a little deeper over the legs. Finding your breath before you ever take a posture into its fullest expression, into its fullest depth. You find that depth in your breath. Deep inhale. Exhaling through the nose, and then just discover, where does the body feel like it's appropriate to take you? And inhale, go ahead and come on up. Good. And we're going to take it on back down to the floor. Time for your Savasana. This is what you came today for, right? Lower it on down. It's so nice to have a practice that allows you to lay down on the mat as part of the practice. Extend the legs out long. Your ankles are apart. Your toes are just opening towards the outside. Your arms are just resting down beside you. Can you let your eyes close for this minute? Bring your attention back in towards your breath. If you have a moment, I want you to sit right there. I'm going to sit up while I finish talking to you. Bring your attention back into your heart. We've had a lot of time in our heads these weeks, a lot coming in through our ears. Yes, it permeates the heart, but it's just filled with so much worldly concern. And I want you to take this moment to feel like you're kind of stepping back from the head and coming back into the heart. And if these weeks have taught us anything, it is so much that we are truly all in this together. The whole world community is all in this together. And that connection that enables us to kind of truly reach out and empathize with our neighbors is so much what the crux of the word namaste holds. It embodies that belief that we are all one. We are all equal, allowing us to be able to reach out and extend that loving kindness to others from 6 feet away. So in this last moment, I want you to take a big, deep inhale breath. Maybe reach those arms up over your head. Stretch the toes out long. Exhale, your hands come back down beside you. Draw your knees up towards your chest. Let your knees just roll gently side to side. And then help yourself on up into a comfortable seated position. And we'll all close this together like we normally do, coming back to how you're seated comfortably. Inhaling with the arms up and over your head, bringing those hands together down towards your heart. May today we find peace in our thoughts, peace through our words, and peace in our hearts. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.